The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It's David Schmidt, and welcome to this very special webinar on Lifewave's new X39 patch. This is really extraordinary what has been happening the past few weeks since we started the pre-launch on July 2nd. And what we are going to be covering today are testimonials. So you are going to get an opportunity to hear about what others are experiencing with the X39, and we would love to hear from you as well. So if you would like to share your experience with the X39 with our community of members, please use the webinar system to write it in, and I can read that out, or just use the webinar system to raise your hand, and I will unmute your microphone. Now, we've been having testimonials webinars earlier in the day today, and I think the first thing I want to do is kick this off by showing you a document. And this is a database of testimonials that we have already on the X39. And what I can tell you is since our launch as a company in 2004, we have never received this many testimonials on a product this quickly. It's been absolutely extraordinary. So I'm going to be sharing a few of these with you today, but this is now has turned into a booklet of X39 testimonials. And as you'll see, it's everything from improvement in energy, instantaneous pain relief, improvement in sleep, sports performance, some amazing testimonials on wound repair, multiple testimonials, skin tightening, reduction in wrinkles, reduction in inflammation, and it kind of goes on and on after this. I'm going to start off with my own testimonial. 30 years ago, my father and I were in a very serious, life-threatening automobile accident. We were hit head-on by a teenager that had stolen a car, crossed over a divider, and hit us head-on. My father broke both of his arms and 3 or 4 of his ribs. I was holding on to the steering wheel as I was driving, and the steering wheel got pushed through the dashboard. My head hit the windshield and it shattered, and my spine shifted upward. As a result, I had a degenerative condition in my lower back for the past 30 years. After 2 to 3 weeks of using the X39, I no longer have this problem. This would show up as a tightness in the lower back. I would describe it that way. And when I would go to the gym and exercise and do things like sprinting or squats, that's when I would feel this tightness or this weakness in the lower back. But now, since using X39, that problem has completely disappeared for me, which is absolutely remarkable. I'm going to read off this testimonial. Actually, I was going to read a testimonial from one of our longtime members, Thomas Burke. Thomas is in Florida, and Thomas has done so much for Lifewave over the years. Anything that you can think of that we've done with philanthropic efforts, probably 90% of the time, it was Thomas Burke. So Thomas, I just want to give a quick shout out and say thank you for that. And if you would like to share your testimonial, just go ahead and use the webinar system to raise your hand. Otherwise, I'll just go ahead and read this off. But Thomas says here that he had been in a serious automobile accident in October of 2017. He had sustained, as a result of this accident, 2 herniated discs in his neck, which were pressing on nerves, and 2 others in the lower lumbars. After going through 7 months of therapy, it was determined that he had reached a plateau and that surgery were the only options to resolve this. Now, of course, Thomas was using our patches to manage the pain, but the herniated disc was still there. After using the X39 patch for only 1 day, his symptoms and pain level were all but gone. He was really excited about this, and he thought, well, maybe this was just a placebo effect after watching the webinar and the other stuff. But after 2 weeks of use, the pain is absent, and his mobility and range of motion have returned. So he's very appreciative of this, and he's looking forward to other regenerative effects. As a matter of fact, he just sent in an updated testimonial just before this webinar started, and reporting excellent results now with his knees as well. And Thomas is, I believe, 76 years young. So Thomas, congratulations on those remarkable effects. Now, those, of course, were 2 testimonials on wound healing, but we're also receiving in some very dramatic testimonials when it comes to sports performance in terms of improvements in performance and sports recovery. Here's one from Lifewave member Chris Markowski in Poland. Chris says, I must share with you my experience with the X39. I always, during the morning, I push myself to my limits, and he does workouts several days per week, which includes high repetitions of push-ups, pull-ups, squats, plus he also plays badminton. Chris reports a 50% improvement in his athletic ability by using the X39, and it makes him feel like he's only 20 years old. Chris also reports that he has more energy, he has deeper sleep, and that the X39 is some powerful stuff. Now let's go to another testimonial to a person that many of you know, and this is Angie Morris. And Angie Morris has been in charge of our customer service. We promoted her within the past year. Angie has been with us since 2005, so long-time Lifewave employee. And we're grateful for everything that Angie does for us. Now, Angie has been sharing the X39 with a number of her family members, and they've all been getting really incredible results. One of the experiences that Angie had with the X39 had to do on a Saturday morning when she woke up early as a result of a migraine headache. The pain was very severe, and she could not get back to sleep. She decided to try an X39 patch, and Angie reports that within a matter of seconds, her migraine headache was gone. She got so excited about this that Angie woke up her husband, Chris. Chris reported that he was having a problem with his shoulder and arm, and he wanted to try the X39 as well. So Angie applied an X39 to the back of Chris's neck, and within a matter of minutes, the pain was gone, and Chris had regained full mobility of his shoulder and his arm again. All right, let's pick some more. Now, let's venture out of pain relief and wound healing for a moment, and let's take a look at overall improvements in quality of life. Here is one from Lifewave leader Rocco Pelli in northern Italy, and Rocco reports that within just 1 week of using the X39, he has an improved level of energy, better sleep, and an amazing sensation of serenity. Now, here's one from the wife of our executive vice president, Jules Rudick. Now, his wife Lily had been in an accident, and she ruptured a disc in her lower back, and this had occurred in January. This was so severe that for several months she was bedridden, was unable to walk, was in extreme pain, and she had to go through physical therapy just to be able to start walking again. Lily reported that on the first day of using the X39, the pain went down immediately and she was able to walk again, even without limping. Lily says that she doesn't want to exaggerate, but the effect is almost a miracle. Those are her words. Okay, I think you're probably pretty getting the idea of this now. Let's go to one. Now we have a Lifewave leader here, of course, in the United States that you're all going to know, Roy Surjono. Roy is traveling right now in Indonesia and Singapore, building the Lifewave business. And Roy took some time to shoot me an email and report that he had injured his knee, but now with the X39, the injury is healing very, very fast. This one I would almost hesitate to share with you, but what the heck, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to keep it anonymous though, but this is from a Lifewave member in Europe. And one of the things that this member has noticed is a dramatic improvement in libido since using the X39. There's a reason for that. And as a result, his girlfriend now is referring to it as the Sex 39. So I thought you'd get a good chuckle out of that. All right, let's go ahead and see what you all have to say. If you would like to share with us your testimonial, please feel free to raise your hand and I will unmute your microphone, or you can always go ahead and write it in. So I see we have a tremendous number of questions and comments already. So let's go ahead. Here is one of our longtime Lifewave members who is a doctor. And if you want me to unmute your microphone, I'll be happy to do it. But she is reporting that she is having great results with the X39 and is going to submit in her testimonial. And yes, absolutely, please email the testimonial. Or if you want to share it now, then that would be great as well. Here is a question from one of our Lifewave members in Arizona. By the way, we have members on the line today from all over the world. I want to give a quick shout out to members in Australia, members in Japan, members from Iceland, members over from Europe, Canada, Mexico, welcome, and of course the US, welcome to the webinar. Okay, can the X39 patch be used directly on the point of injury? This is a fantastic question. I'm going to give you an example of an identical injury on two different people and how that was corrected with the X39. First, a woman in her mid-50s who is bone on bone on her right knee. She applied the X39 to the back of the neck, and within 1 week, the knee was feeling better. In other words, no pain, and the mobility and range of motion was all normal. On the other hand, our CFO, Joe DePanfilis, also has bone on two knees. Before he started with Lifewave, he had had a corrective surgery, but still has problems. He's been using Lifewave patches to manage the pain, but he applied only one X39 to his knees, and the pain, inflammation went away, and the mobility returned. So this is all to say that you really have some options. Placing the X39 on the back of the neck should treat the entire body. That is what the data shows. However, if you wish to apply the patch directly to the point of concern, there is no issue with doing that. So this, of course, makes the product extraordinarily simple to use and explain, either the back of the neck or where you need it. Okay. And also this gentleman is reporting that the X39 does wonders. It takes all the inflammation away. Well, many congratulations, and I'd love to hear more about that. So hope you tell tell us more. Okay. Does the X39 go on or under the belly button? Well, either the back of the neck or under the belly button would be fine. On top of the belly button is considered an emergency point, if you will, in Eastern medicine. If you wanted to apply it there, you certainly could. Or you could just keep things simple and just put it on the back of the neck. So any of those things are fine. Can you continue the promotion beyond August 31st so we can continue seeing results with X39? This has certainly been a very, very common request. We're not going to make any promises just yet, but as you know, we are not going to be selling the X39 until January. So I think it would be terrible if we gave you this tease now and then cut off your access until January. So I think we'll find a way that we can continue giving our members access to the X39 prior to the release in January. I think that's fair to say. Is there any way to measure stem cell growth? Yes, absolutely. There's a number of biological markers for stem cells. One of them is called the P63 protein. So in other words, if we wanted to measure the activity of stem cells within the body, we would utilize this protein, see what the levels were in the body. There's a number of minerals that can be tested for that are control limiting factors in the ability of stem cells to repair. There's also measurements of growth factors. So, for example, stem cells will release IGF-1, IGF-2, VEGF, and these levels can be monitored. So yes, absolutely. Now, are those methods available to the consumer? Not so much. So if you're asking, is there something simple that can be used? Not really so much. But clinically, in laboratories, of course, this is done. Okay. Oh, I have got to share with you before we go on. I'm going to apologize, but I can make up the time. I've got to share with you 2 testimonials we received today, one on our Scandinavian webinar and one on our German webinar. I'll do the German webinar first. This was from Lifewave leader Jan Wiegel. And I think it was about 9 months ago or a year ago, Jan became legally blind in one eye as a result of an accident. And he had went through 4 corrective surgeries and even tried a supplement from a company that claimed to elevate stem cells in the body, and neither the surgery or the stem cells were able to help him. So when we introduced the X39, he had said, you know, the one thing I want to get out of this is I want my eyesight back. After 3 weeks of using the X39 now, Jan has regained more than 50% of his vision, which he's obviously incredibly excited about. But when he had this injury, he couldn't go outside unless he was wearing dark glasses because the sun and the wind would cause intense pain. Now he can go outside. There's no pain, no inflammation in his eye whatsoever. So this has obviously been life-changing, and he's looking forward to continued improvements in his eyesight. We had a medical doctor that was on our Scandinavian webinar this morning that gave an extraordinary testimonial. Her father was bedridden with a very, very serious illness and was unable to walk. After 2 weeks of using the X39, he's now recovering. He was able to get out of his bed, start walking again, recovered his injury from his injury, and he is even now driving again. So he's walking without assistance, without a cane, and now driving again. He's 76 years old, by the way. So that was really, really remarkable. Okay, here is a testimonial, and thank you for sharing this. Hi, David. I just got my X39 today, and it was a perfect day since I had back pain all day and just placed it on. took about 1 minute to relieve the pain. Woo-hoo. And I'm going to assume that's woo-hoo. I want to do a quick shout out to Sally Williams in Australia. Hey, Sally, nice to have you on, and it would be great to see you again. I'm looking forward to getting back to Australia. I know that you're all working hard there to rebuild the business, so let's do some great things in Australia with X39. Okay. Oh, sorry if you can't see me too well. I'm dealing with the afternoon sun, so I think this is about the best I can do. So my apologies. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. Tinnitus, of course, is a very, very serious issue that people deal with, and not really a whole lot you can do. Here is a testimonial from one of our members. The tinnitus in the left ear evaporated within an hour of the first patch placement. Also noticed more energy with focused mental acuity. Now, of course, and thank you so much for sharing that. And it would be great if you could submit that testimonial in writing to customer service so we can share that with our members. What you know so far about the X39 is only 5% of what this patch does. So we're saving a lot of information for the official release in January. So when people are reporting an improvement in energy and an improvement in mental focus and mental acuity, there's definitely a reason for that. So it'll be very exciting to unveil that so you can get the full story on the X39. Now, of course, the X39 does activate stem cells in the body, and that's the main thing that it does. But there's a whole bunch of side benefits that you're going to just love hearing about. Okay, now I'm not going to be covering any medical questions just to get that out there, so please don't ask me if the X39 can be used to treat any type of disease. I won't be able to cover that. Does the X39 repair organs with stem cells? So basically what the X39 does is it activates stem cells. Now, that is a vague term, and we're going to get into that in great detail in January. However, what I'll tell you about this is that activating stem cells really means that it's going to increase the ability of stem cells to get to where they are needed. Now, of course, we can't make any representations as far as the ability of the X39 to repair organs because that would be a medical claim. In terms of the product being safe, we certainly believe that it is. It's not putting any chemicals in the body. The X39 is, you could say, like our glutathione patch, in that as we age, glutathione levels go down, and the glutathione patch elevates glutathione. The X39 is very similar to this. There is a peptide in the body that decreases with age. The X39 is going to elevate that peptide. That's the basic story. So this is what makes the product safe. Have we received any testimony on repair of organs? No, we have not. We're not doing any clinical studies on that at the moment. That would obviously be an awesome area for research. And of course, we would not be able to make any claims about that. Otherwise, we'd have quite a few problems with FDA and others. Okay, does the X39 replace Icewave and Eon? Well, certainly based on the testimonials we're receiving, we could see that many people will choose to use X39 as a replacement for Icewave. The mechanism of action, though, between X39 and Eon are quite different. There are many different inflammatory markers in the body, and so X39 and Eon deal with different and overlapping inflammation. Kind of the bottom line is we think most people will choose X39 first because of all the benefits and then add on other patches later. But it's obviously too early to really tell. how this is all going to work from that perspective. So I would say no, the X39 is not going to completely replace Eon. But IceWave, perhaps people will choose X39 over IceWave. That would be a guess. I'm laughing. I want to thank the Lifewave member who is always so great about being on our webinars. The comment is, how the heck are we going to promote something like this if it's so miraculous, like unbelievable? Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes you can get in trouble from telling the truth where people don't believe it's true. But, you know, on the other hand, personal stories are personal stories. And what is so great about our industry is that you get to share your story with people that you know. So I know, just using the example before of Thomas Burke, sometimes we refer to Thomas as being the mayor of Palm Beach County because he's so well known. And I know that Thomas will be sharing his story on the X39. And everyone that knows him will say, "Oh my God, yeah, that's amazing, Thomas." So yeah, I think we just have to we share our stories and we stick with the facts about what it is that it's doing. Okay, here is a question from one of our longtime medical doctors, and welcome. How many X39s can we use at once safely? The testimonials we have been receiving in have only been with one X39. So at this point in time, we don't have any reason to believe that more than one X39 patch is necessary. Of course, as we go on, we're going to be doing more experimentation on this, but I would say this would be along the lines of other patches. In other words, there's only so much that we're going to elevate glutathione or carnosine in the body, and I think the same will be true with X39. So you'll get the majority of the benefits from one patch. An additional patch may or may not give you benefit. So I would say most of the time, let's go ahead and just stay with one patch. But if you wanted to experiment with two, I don't see any problem with that at all. Oh, and we have a Lifewave member in from Trinidad. Welcome so much to our webinar. Hope that you are enjoying this information on the X39. This is also a good opportunity to let you know that this coming Tuesday, July 24th, we will have our product training webinar all about stem cells. So if you would like to get a brief overview on what stem cells are, how they work in the body, and of course, what does this have to do with the X39, then tune in on Tuesday and you can learn all about that. Of course, all of these webinars are recorded and they are posted to our YouTube channel. Okay, we got a lot more. We're almost at the bottom of the hour, and I know that I am not going to be able to get to all these questions and comments. I am going to go ahead, and I've been doing enough talking here. Let me go ahead and open up the microphone for Mr. David Jumper in Canada. Hey, David.
Hi, David. Hi, David. This is very exciting. I've had the patch now for only 1 week, and I've really have incredible results because I work out 3 days a week, and usually I'm in recovery for a couple of days. And you know, the typical pain, inflammation, and what I found is I'm with the X39, I'm recovering. It feels like in real time. Like I don't have this this delay. So and this pain, like I'm not experiencing the pain after working out at all. And you know, it's kind of a strange feeling because I feel like after I work out, I'm thinking maybe I didn't work out hard enough, but I'm actually working out harder, but I'm not getting that pain and afterwards that normally, you know, no pain, no gain. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case here. I feel like I could work out every day intensely and probably continue to build muscle without having to take a day off in between. So that's really exciting.
Absolutely, and thank you for sharing it. I know the entire jumper family is experiencing some remarkable benefits with the X39. So many congratulations to you and your family.
Thank you. Also, I am sleeping deeper. I'm going to sleep faster and deeper. And you know, it's funny. Nikki and I, we're in the kitchen, and she pulls out a tomato, and she hands me a tomato. She says, "Taste these tomatoes. They taste great." And you know, they're the same tomatoes we eat every day. These cherry tomatoes. So they really haven't changed. But our taste buds are, you know, making things taste better. So I feel like it's kind of rejuvenating my taste buds. And this is only a week later. So I'm excited about these little, you know, slight changes, you know, that I'm noticing already.
You know, it's really interesting you say that, because I was in conversation with Dr. Joan Norton and Dr. Nicholas Tivoli, and they reported the same thing. I believe they were the first ones to report this, noticing that their taste buds had improved. And I thought, okay, well, that's kind of interesting, you know, make a mental note about it. But now others are reporting it as well. So that's very, very interesting.
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, David.
Thanks, David.
Definitely.
Congratulations. Okay, let's go over to Dr. Quila Ryder. Hey, Dr. Q. Let's see. Dr. Quila, I have your microphone open. Okay, we're going to come back to you. Maybe she stepped away just for a minute. Let's go over to Fidel Mayoya.
Oh, yes, sir. Good evening. My name is Fidel. I live in Washington State.
Welcome.
First of all, I would like to give thanks to my sponsor, Mr. Yossi. And I belong also to Mr. David Jumper.
Welcome.
I just have a quick questions. Actually, a friend of mine, he just asked me if this product is really working and if I really use this product. And I told him that, yes, it is. As a matter of fact, my primary job is I was to be an Uber driver.
Okay.
And I got an accident. And when Mr. Yossi introduced me about this product, I used it. I put it on my neck, and I was surprised. Actually, it gives me some kind of relief in a few minutes.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And anyway, I just have a quick question. One more thing, because I've been doing also, you know, Facebook. You know, I have some friends on Facebook, and they just visit my Facebook fan page, and some of them are asking me if this is really international. I told them yes, but one of my friends, he asked me if this opportunity Lifewave is already in Israel.
Yes.
Is it already in Israel?
Absolutely. X39 is a global release, so it's going to be available in all of the countries we support. We're going to be doing the release from Europe in January, but we'll also be doing meetings in the United States, in Indonesia, Singapore. We've slated one for Japan, Taiwan, Mexico. So this is definitely a global release. And yes, we have customers in Israel, and X39 will definitely be available there.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you, and congratulations on your experience with X39. Okay. Let's see, we're at the bottom of the hour. We'll continue just more for a little bit. Let's go over to Lifewave leader Larry Yang.
Oh, hello, David. How are you?
I'm great, Larry. How are you doing?
Awesome. I'm so happy and amazing with this X39. Oh, wow. Just like all the leader was saying, I experience pretty similar to what they have. But beside those things, another thing that is make me very happy is the hair growth.
I know. As you know, I saw it for myself, and it was incredible.
Yep. As you know, I'm only 49, but I have quite a bit of bald, and there's two big spots on my head. But I only get the patch for 19 days so far. So I starting on July 1st. For 19 days, I already see a baby hair coming out, and far more important is a lot of what you call that those hair particle is already forming. Start about to getting more hair. I'm very excited about this and a lot of energy as well, David.
Yeah, congratulations, Larry. And you know, actually, one of our leaders in Italy has reported very significant hair growth right about the same time. It's been within the past week. So, yeah, great to see that that's happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, David. You give my life back again.
Thank you, Larry. Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. We have a little bit more time here. We just have a ton of questions and comments, so I know we can't get to everybody. Let's go back to some of the ones that were being written in. I am using the Alavita cream for day and evening use. Do I still have to use the Alavita patch since I am using the X39 now? Well, I would say that the Alavita patch and X39 are significantly different in terms of the way that you use them. So since you already have the Alavita patches, I would recommend using X39 during the day and then Alavita at night. Okay, here is a testimonial that's come in from one of our members here in the United States. I had a really tough case of plantar fasciitis. And plantar fasciitis is incredibly painful, by the way, and very, very difficult to get pain relief from. The heel pain was so severe that I couldn't stand on my right foot. I was wearing a brace at night when I slept, special socks in the daytime to protect the foot. Nothing was working. I applied the X39 patch directly on my heel, and immediately all pain was gone and I could jump up and down on my foot. No cortisone shots for me. Congratulations. That is awesome. And again, if you could submit that testimonial so we can share it with others, that would be fantastic. Since the X39 reduces wrinkles, do I still have to use Alavita cream on my face and neck together with the patch? I would still recommend, I would look at it this way, is that these are puzzle pieces. The Alavita cream is going to provide nutrients that are going to moisturize the skin and also provide nutrients that will support the fabrication of collagen in the body, right? So you wouldn't have to use the Alavita cream. And of course, we don't have a study showing the difference between X39 only and X39 with Alavita, but the effect of the two of them together should be better. So that's a personal choice. For eye improvements, which point shall I use? Actually, for the case that I was reporting from Jan Wiegel in Europe, he tried multiple locations. He was using it on the back of the neck during the day. He tried the right temple in the evening. He also tried above the eye. So those were points that he was using. Okay, I've been working, here's another one from a Lifewave member. I've been working on my travertine floors on my hands and knees for weeks. Yesterday, I couldn't straighten up. This morning, I placed X39 on my lower back. I can now bend without pain and have been pain-free all day. Now I can continue my honeydews for my wife. Thanks a lot, David. Now I have to finish all my chores. I will take that in the spirit with which it was given. Oh, what happens when we what happens when we discontinue use of the X39? Well, this will be like anything else in the body. So when we elevate glutathione and we detoxify the body and we help support the immune system, when we stop using glutathione patch, glutathione levels will fall back to normal. Of course, we've already detoxified the body, but toxins, of course, can come back in. When we stop using the X39, of course, this peptide will go back lower, so we will not be able to regenerate and repair as quickly. But you're not going to lose any advantages that you already gained. So, for example, if it repaired a wound, that is not going to unrepair itself. Okay, one of our Lifewave members just saying, thank you, this is a great webinar, and you are very welcome. Okay, getting some medical questions that I can't address, my apologies. I have a client, this is from a doctor, I have a client that has discoloration and lack of feeling and pain in her feet. That sounds like diabetic neuropathy to me. I don't know if it is. I placed the X39 on the bottom of the right foot, which is the where the problem was, and the pain went away in 2 minutes. We timed it. And within 10 minutes, the dark coloration in the inner ankle was reduced to about 50%. Wow. That's obviously incredible. And if that is diabetic neuropathy, that's absolutely astounding. Will the X39 be available in New Zealand? Absolutely, we'll be able to get this globally. It may go out in stages. That will require some explanation. But yes, once we release it in January, you can get it everywhere. It'll either be for sale or by promotion. So in other words, let's say that we're going to be releasing the X39 in Australia in January. Let's say that we don't get our TGA approval until March. Well, we'd still have the X39 available by promotion until we could sell it in March, as an example. Does X39 help with detoxing, and could one be getting detox symptoms? Yes. This also requires some explanation, but the quick answer to this is that when we repair injuries in the body, we've got to remove the old stuff before we can build up the new healthy tissue. So yes, you could be getting a detox reaction from the removal of this old tissue in the body. Can we use X39 along with other patches such as Eon and glutathione? As far as we know, yes. Testing is still ongoing. We know that X39 can be used in conjunction with carnosine or energy patches or Icewave, but we're still in testing with the other patches. So in theory, you could, but I can't say definitively because we haven't finished those tests. Is it okay to put the X39 on the left side of the body? Yes, absolutely. So basically, you could put the patch wherever you need it. Okay, we're going to wrap up here in just another minute. So how do we continue to get the X39 before January? Well, of course, we have it on promotion now to the end of August, and we're looking at some options. But suffice it to say that there is huge demand for the X39, and we will find a way to make it available to our members before it goes on sale in January. How soon will this be posted on YouTube? We should be able to get this posted by tomorrow, but if not, by Monday. Okay, I am getting a question from a doctor. You know who you are because we have an appointment in September, and the experience that you are reporting with your significant other happened to me. So I would have to say yes. So let's talk about that in September when we get together. I think that'll be an interesting conversation. Is there a benefit to wearing X39 for 24 hours a day? No, I don't recommend that. The body works in rhythm and waves, and also there's a phenomena called attenuation. What this means is, and I'm sorry about the shadows here with the afternoon light, but your body, you don't want your body to accommodate to X39, so having the off period is important. So in other words, the 12 hours on, 12 hours off is going to be better than using X39 all the time. So use it either during the day or during the evening. Getting a comment here, I'm so happy, you're the best, thank you for the X39. Absolutely, you're very, very welcome. And I'm very happy for what you've experienced with it. Okay. Is it better to wear the X39 at night? Not necessarily, because it appears that this peptide hangs around in the body for a sufficient period of time, but I think clinical research will kind of bear this out. So at the moment, that is up for debate. But in practical terms, the testimonials that we've been sharing are from people using the patch during the day, and they're experiencing some very dramatic wound healing. So it looks like during the day or the evening is going to be okay. All right, we are going to wrap this up. And this, what a beautiful way to wrap this up. I'm going to read this off from one of our longtime Lifewave members. Thank you, David. I think this is the time to take our patch technology to the whole new level for saving the world, and I am grateful for being a part of this incredible journey. And on that note, I want to say thank you. I'm so very grateful for the opportunity we have on X39. Thank you so much for sharing all of your testimonials and all of your feedback today. And I know we're going to help people all over the world with this. So thanks so much. I will see you on Tuesday for our product training webinar. And please share your X39 testimonials. Send them into our customer service so we can share them with others. Thanks, everyone, and have a wonderful evening.